The Colombia situation. Another foreigner deported from Colombia. It's not even technically deportation, they were just rejected entry at the border. We've got my guy here who's a Russian. First of all, what is he wearing? If you come to the airport like looking like this, then you have some problem. I don't know why they picked him exactly, but with the cap, the dodgy clothes, you look dodgy. And this is the thing with Colombia nowadays, is you have to prepare for migration. And I would say that I advise all tourists, all nomads, whether you've lived in Colombia for a year and you're just coming back, or whether it's your first time in Colombia, you need to treat migration as a checkpoint, and which it is a checkpoint. But in the past, in most countries, they don't have this type of strict checkpoints. You need to make sure you audit your digital devices, you audit the way you look, you audit your backpack, pack everything, and then imagine you're like one of these migration officers who, if they find someone with protection, and you know what I'm talking about when I say protection, I'm not trying to get into, I don't know what words are okay or not okay on YouTube, so I'm not going to say certain things, but if you carry around protection for dating, then you're going to be rejected at the border because of that type of tourism. Let's read through this really quickly. So, Migration Colombia denied entry to a Russian citizen who intended to enter through Jose Maria Cordova Airport. During the migration interview, it was established that the true purpose of his trip was to carry out activities aimed at sexual exploitation. And yeah, that was the word I was avoiding. I don't know if you're allowed to say that word on YouTube. I guess you are, since this is like a serious topic, but we'll find out if this, we'll find out in time anyway. In his luggage, items were found that reinforced the indications and uncovered during the verification conducted by the authorities. So, one thing we need to establish here is that Colombian migration officers have huge political backing from the current government of Gustavo Petro and of the people of Colombia who hate foreigners, mostly people who are in Medellin, and who blame foreigners for everything wrong in their lives, and which is, you know, just prices going up, even though they're going up across Colombia, even in towns and cities that have no foreigners. They hate them so much. So what's the easiest thing for someone like Fico Gutierrez to do, who is actually a right-wing person, is support migration, who, with every foreigner they detain, they expose, they make a video, and in the video they say, under Gustavo Petro's government, we are not allowing it. So he's supporting a Gustavo Petro thing. Why? Because so many Colombians support any sort of getting rid of foreigners, any sort of getting rid of tourism as much as possible. Can I blame Mayor of Medellin, Fico Gutierrez, for his anti-foreigner stance if it's the will of the Colombian citizens of his city? Because one thing that's important for me and politicians is that they enact the will of the people. And if this is the will of the people, then that's what they're going to do, even if it's right or wrong, which I believe this is wrong. Now, why is it... By the way, the picture, which is the next picture that shows what he had in his luggage, is literally just about 15 items of protection for sexual encounters. That's what he had in their packets and everything, and that's it. And allegedly, in another article, it says that they found that he had communications with multiple women and he had planned to meet them and sent money in advance, where, I mean, he probably just got scammed. He didn't... You don't pay that kind of thing in advance before you even enter the country. And so the point here is that Colombian migration is hostile. So when you make your trip, just audit your luggage, audit your phone, and I don't mean things that are illegal. I mean literally just, you shouldn't even have the Tinder app on your phone. You shouldn't have any dating apps on your phone. You're not going to Colombia for anything to do with dating. You are here to see mountains and rivers. That's it. You're not here for anything else. Because if you say you're here for anything else, then you say goodbye to your trip. Because I've seen this, and I've seen tens and tens of other cases of foreigners rejected at the border because they made YouTube videos where they had women in their thumbnails because they have dating courses to do with Colombia because they have dating apps on their phone, and they're basically anything to do with women you don't want to say. You don't want to have that impression in your luggage or anything you have. It's that simple. So you're planning to come to Colombia? Check step one, audit your phone. No dating apps. Nothing to do with women, nothing to do with pictures. All you have on your phone is selfies of yourself and pictures at random tourist look. That's it. Like, you can't have anything else. Number two, audit your luggage. What do you have in your luggage? You can't have anything that makes you look like you're going there to have any sort of sexual encounter. No, you are there to hike. You should have hiking shoes. You should have your own clothes, and that's about it. Are you coming to Colombia with a huge camera? Once again, this is another case. Just 2 weeks ago, 10 foreigners with camera equipment rejected at the border. Why? Because they were coming for activities which are not specified in the tourist visa conditions. Now, if you know how things work, usually you're not covered to do work as a tourist. They'll use the slightest loophole. Technically, you're not allowed to video professionally, so yeah, you get rejected. Come over here, take a selfie with our 2 migration officers so we can post you on every single social media page that we have. We'll blur your face, by the way. Interview questions. Why are you here into Colombia? I'm here to see the mountains. I'm here to see the beautiful sights of nature. I'm here to eat beautiful Colombian food, which is so amazing, the best food in the country. And if they say something like, what about the women? Oh, I didn't know there were women in this country. Okay. There you go. This is what I mean. This is how you get into Colombia.